Salam alaykum everyone. In this video, I want to talk about the ancestors of Prophet Muhammad going back to Prophet Ibrahim, peace be upon them. According to Islamic history, God commands Ibrahim to go to Mecca and leave his baby son Ismail and his wife Hajar there. Ibrahim does his duty and leaves his baby and his wife in the desert. Then he goes away. Hajar knew that Ibrahim did this as a command of God, so she trusted in God and His protection. After staying there for a while, Hajar ran out of water and she began to look for water to give her baby. She started to run anxiously between the two hills of Safa and Marwa. Suddenly she heard a voice calling her son's name. An angel was standing next to her baby. When she looked carefully, she saw that there was a spring at her baby's feet and it was bubbling in the middle of the desert. She could not believe what she saw. And she heard the angel's voice again. The angel said to her, "Do not be afraid of being lost. Here is the house of Allah, and it will be built by this boy and his father. Allah will never let this family perish." Then the angel disappeared. And when Hajar saw the water flowing, she shouted like Zamzam, meaning stop in Arabic. She actually wanted the spring water stop flowing. That's why this water is called Zamzam today. So Hajar and her son Ismail remained in that same place. After a long while, the Jurhum tribe came and settled there. Then they started to build the city of Mecca in that location. And eventually that desert land became fertile with the Zamzam water. And this fertility attracted more and more people. So Ismail grew up and he became a young man. And he married to a girl from the Jurhum tribe in Mecca. Then one day, Prophet Ibrahim came to visit Hajar and Ismail. And this time his duty was to build a sacred house as a place of worship. And this was ordered by God. He took his son Ismail and they both built the Kaaba. And after completing the construction, Prophet Ibrahim opened his hands and prayed. He said, "Dear Lord, please accept this from us. Show us the ways of worship and prayer." He also asked, "Dear God, raise up a messenger among this community who will teach your commandments to them." Prayers were indeed accepted by Allah because Allah sent Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, to Mecca from Ibrahim's own lineage years later. And also Prophet Muhammad once said to his companions that, "I am the answer of the prayer of my forefather Ibrahim." So, to go back to the story, when Ismail settled in Mecca, he had 12 sons and many grandsons. And each of them spread all over the Arabian Peninsula, and each son established a different tribe. And Prophet Muhammad was from the tribe of Quraysh in this lineage. And he was from the sons of Hashim, which was a branch of the Quraysh. So Prophet Muhammad came from a noble ancestry. In one of his hadiths, he said, "I was always conveyed from chaste offspring to the womb of chaste women since Adam." In other words, he said, "There is no illicit relationship within my lineage since Adam to my parents." Let's talk about the grandfather of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. The grandfather of Prophet Muhammad was called Abdul Muttalib. Actually, his real name was Shayba, and he was one of the sons of Hashim. And Hashim, Abdul Muttalib's father, was one of the most distinguished and virtuous men of Arabia. He was known by showing great hospitality to the pilgrims of the Kaaba. After Hashim died, Abdul Muttalib became the leader in Mecca. And one day, Abdul Muttalib had a dream. In his dream, a person said, "Dig up Zamzam." He asked, "What is Zamzam?" And the voice answered, "Zamzam is a water spring that will never dry up, and you will meet the water needs of the pilgrims with Zamzam." Abdul Muttalib had heard about the Zamzam before. He knew that the Jurhum tribe had thrown all their precious belongings in this well, and they had covered its opening, and they had all fled. However, there was no one who could remember its place, but in his dream, he was given the exact location of it. He took his son with him, and he went to the place described in his dream. And they started to dig for Zamzam. Later on, they found a big rock which covered the mouth of the well. When they lifted the rock, they saw precious stones and jewels in it. And they began to take these items from the well. And then, when it was empty of these items, they saw the Zamzam water in the bottom of the well. And after seeing this blessing, Abdul Muttalib prayed and thanked God. So when Abdul Muttalib found the Zamzam well, he only had one son. So he asked Allah to give him 10 sons. And within the next 30 years, Allah actually granted him 10 sons. And he got Abdullah, who would become the father of Prophet Muhammad later on. And Abdullah was among his younger sons. So when Abdullah grew up, many of the young girls in Mecca wanted to marry him because he was a righteous man and he was also a very good-looking man. And when it was time for marriage for him, Abdul Muttalib took his son and went to the tribe of Zuhre. They knew that there was an honorable girl who had virtue and good family lineage in this tribe, and her name was Amina. They asked for the hand of Amina, and the other side accepted the proposal. Then Amina and Abdullah got married. Abdullah was a tradesman. Soon after his marriage, he went away on a trade caravan. When he was close to Medina, he fell ill and he had to stay there. And shortly after, he passed away there at the age of 25. And his wife Amina suffered a lot because she had lost her husband at a very young age. And at the same time, Amina was pregnant with their first child, Muhammad, peace be upon him. We'll talk about the birth of Prophet Muhammad in our next video. Thank you for watching.